In Richard Brooks's Looking for Mr. Goodbar, Diane Keaton sheds her quirky comedic skin for one of her darkest, most daring roles. She plays Teresa Dunn, a young Catholic schoolteacher by day and thrill-seeking barhopper by night. Haunted by insecurity and craving independence, Teresa drifts through the urban underworld of 1970s New York, seeking connection in fleeting encounters. Keaton portrays her not as reckless, but as painfully human, torn between societal expectations and private rebellion. The film's gritty tone and sexual frankness shocked audiences, and Keaton's raw vulnerability made it unforgettable. Her transformation from innocent to self-destructive mirrors the era's moral confusion. She doesn't moralize, she exposes. In Teresa, Keaton delivers a fearless character study of loneliness and liberation, far from her comedic comfort zone. It's a performance that proved her range and remains one of the most emotionally volatile in her career. Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather redefined the crime saga, chronicling the Corleone family's brutal rise and fall. Diane Keaton plays Kay Adams, Michael Corleone's outsider girlfriend, who gradually becomes his wife, then his conscience, and finally his mirror. Surrounded by power, blood, and deceit, Kay is the only character grounded in moral reality. Keaton's quiet reactions say more than dialogue ever could: confusion, fear, denial, and heartbreak layered into small gestures. Her presence contrasts the family's stoicism, reminding us what humanity looks like in a world consumed by power. In a story about men making monstrous choices, she's the one who dares to ask questions they won't. Kay may start as the wide-eyed romantic, but by the end, she embodies disillusionment itself, the cost of loving someone who's chosen empire over empathy. Annie Hall revolutionized romantic comedies with its neurotic wit and nonlinear storytelling. Diane Keaton stars as the title character, a charming, awkward, utterly original woman who wins and then loses the heart of Woody Allen's Alvy Singer. Keaton turns what could have been another quirky love interest into a fully realized person, funny, self-aware, messy, and magnetic. Her fashion sense, loose men's suits, bowler hats, carefree layers, became a cultural phenomenon, but it's her emotional transparency that defines the role. Through sharp humor and unguarded vulnerability, Keaton captures the fleeting beauty of imperfect love. Every stutter, giggle, and hesitation feels lived in. The film's bittersweet honesty about relationships changed the genre forever, earning her an Academy Award for Best Actress. As Annie, Keaton doesn't just play a muse. She embodies a generation learning that love is wonderful, complicated, and sometimes heartbreakingly temporary. Warren Beatty's Reds is an epic love story set amid the Russian Revolution, following American journalist John Reed and his partner, writer Louise Bryant. Diane Keaton plays Bryant with fierce conviction, equal parts artist, lover, and revolutionary. Her performance captures a woman constantly fighting to be seen in a male-dominated movement while trying to reconcile love with freedom. Across war zones and ideological divides, Keaton's Bryant remains both passionate and painfully human. The film's scale is enormous, but Keaton keeps it intimate through glances, confessions, and moments of doubt that make the politics personal. Her chemistry with Beatty gives the story its heartbeat, and her emotional complexity grounds the sweeping historical canvas. Nominated for an Oscar, she proves her power as a dramatic lead. Louise Bryant, through Keaton's lens, isn't just part of history. She's its conscience, torn between art, revolution, and love's impossible demands. In Shoot the Moon, Diane Keaton plays Faith Dunlap, a wife and mother whose seemingly perfect life collapses when her novelist husband, Albert Finney, leaves her for another woman. The film, directed by Alan Parker, is a searing portrait of divorce, messy, raw, and painfully real. Keaton's Faith is not a victim. She's furious, heartbroken, and trying to rediscover herself amid emotional wreckage. Her performance shifts seamlessly between tenderness and rage, capturing the chaos of a love that won't quite die. The story doesn't offer neat resolutions. It lives in the small humiliations and impossible reconciliations of family breakup. Keaton's work here feels lived in, stripped of Hollywood polish, and her chemistry with Finney crackles with authenticity. It's one of her most underrated performances. No glamour, no quirk, just truth. Shoot the Moon reminds us Keaton could dig deep into pain and make it devastatingly relatable. Based on Beth Henley's Pulitzer-winning play, Crimes of the Heart brings together three eccentric sisters reuniting in Mississippi after one shoots her abusive husband. Diane Keaton plays Lenny McGrath, the eldest, a shy, self-sacrificing caretaker whose quiet devotion masks deep loneliness. Surrounded by chaos and dark humor, Lenny becomes the emotional anchor holding the sisters together. Keaton infuses her with gentle melancholy and bursts of comedic awkwardness, proving restraint can be as powerful as flamboyance. The film balances absurd tragedy and familial tenderness, and Keaton finds humanity in every contradiction. Her interactions with Sissy Spacek and Jessica Lange feel organic, like real sisters circling old wounds. Beneath the Southern Gothic quirks lies a story about acceptance, forgiveness, and the weight of memory. Keaton's Lenny isn't loud, but her stillness speaks volumes, showing the quiet courage it takes to keep loving a family that never quite heals. In Baby Boom, Diane Keaton brings warmth and comedic precision to J.C. Wyatt, a Manhattan executive whose ruthless efficiency crumbles when she inherits a baby from a distant relative. Initially treating motherhood like a corporate crisis, J.C. fumbles through diapers and deadlines until she quits her high-pressure job and relocates to rural Vermont. There, she reinvents herself, turning baby food into a business empire. Keaton makes J.C.'s journey from career obsession to balanced fulfillment both hilarious and heartfelt. Her timing, dropping bottles, juggling phone calls, melting under baby giggles, is perfection. Beneath the laughs lies a feminist statement about redefining success. Keaton proves that ambition and tenderness can coexist, and that reinvention isn't weakness, it's power. Baby Boom captures her comedic genius at full stride, reminding us she can tackle big ideas with charm, chaos, and a twinkle of sincerity. Marvin's Room is a tender drama about estranged sisters forced back together by illness. Diane Keaton plays Bessie, the selfless caretaker of their dying father, while Meryl Streep's Lee is the rebellious sibling who left years ago. When Bessie learns she has leukemia, Lee returns, bringing her troubled son and a lifetime of resentment. Keaton's portrayal of quiet compassion anchors the film. She radiates calm amidst emotional turbulence. Every gesture feels genuine, every word imbued with love's exhaustion. She never pleads for sympathy, she earns it through grace. The film's gentle tone allows Keaton to shine without theatrics. Her performance earned an Oscar nomination. Marvin's Room is about forgiveness, family, and the small mercies that make connection possible. Keaton's Bessie reminds us that care can be both a burden and a blessing, and that strength often hides in the softest souls. A gleeful, empowering comedy, The First Wives Club reunites Diane Keaton with Bette Midler and Goldie Hawn as three college friends dumped by their husbands for younger women. Keaton plays Annie Parody, a neurotic, people-pleasing mother whose marriage ends in betrayal. Throughout the film, Annie evolves from timid and apologetic to confident and assertive. Keaton nails every comedic beat. Her nervous energy, stammering logic, and eventual transformation are both hilarious and satisfying. The trio's chemistry is lightning. Every argument, every revenge plan, feels like real sisterhood turned up to 11. Beyond its laughs, the movie taps into genuine emotional truths about aging, self-worth, and solidarity. Keaton gives Annie heart. She's the every woman finding her backbone. When the women reclaim their lives, it's more than payback. It's liberation with great outfits and better punchlines. Keaton's mix of vulnerability and spirit makes her the film's emotional compass. In Something's Gotta Give, Diane Keaton proves romantic comedy doesn't expire with youth, it matures. She plays Erica Berry, a successful playwright who finds unexpected love with Jack Nicholson's aging playboy after years of independence. When a heart attack forces him to recuperate at her beach house, sparks and insecurities collide. Keaton's performance is witty, sexy, and deeply relatable. Her laughter one minute and tears the next capture life's beautiful contradictions. She and Nicholson share magnetic chemistry, trading flirtation and philosophy like seasoned pros. Keaton's vulnerability feels authentic. Her midlife awakening is played with both humor and dignity. The film earned her another Oscar nomination and revitalized the mature rom-com. As Erica, Keaton embodies self-discovery, reminding audiences that romance, growth, and second chances don't end with age. They just get better written.